This is Viterbi Voices.
Coming to you from the University of Southern California, Viterbi School of Engineering.
We're here to give you the inside scoop about research, classes, student life, and so much more.
All of these shared from our students, faculty, and other members of our USC community.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Viterbi Voices. I am one of your hosts. My name is Paul Ledesma, Executive Director of Undergraduate Admission here at the Viterbi School of Engineering.
And hi, everyone. My name is Emily Powis, and I'm a senior studying biomedical engineering.
And joining us on today's very special episode is a very special dungeon master, Paul Lepe.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? I'm a senior studying computer engineering and computer science.
And where are you from, Paul?
I'm from El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, I don't think this is your first time on the podcast, but you haven't been on in quite some time. So we got to remind everybody who you are.
Yes, I haven't been here in almost a year now, so I'm very happy to be back.
All right, cool. So Paul, you bring to us what Emily and I have been talking about for quite some time. I know you've been planning this. Probably our most special and most unique episode ever. I teased it a little bit with your intro, but tell everybody what they're about to get into here.
Yeah, of course. So a couple of friends and I got together and we did a Dungeons and Dragons one-shot. So if you're not familiar with it, it's just a role-playing game where you have a quest. And so one-shot means that it's very short in essence. Usually these take a couple of weeks, a lot of hours, but this one is only around 2 hours long. And I have never played Dungeons and Dragons before. I started listening to a podcast randomly when the pandemic started. So I've been wanting to just play. I have never played before. I know the lingo just because of the podcast, but it was my first time playing. I was like, you know what, let's do this. This is going to be a little different. It's not super informative, but I think everyone enjoyed doing it. And I hope you enjoy it as well.
So Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game. And that's as much as I know. Can you help feed me in as to what Dungeons and Dragons is, and also like what this specific thing was all about, and what this one shot is, because it's specific to Viterbi, right?
It is, yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons, there's usually a campaign, and then there's a party of people, and everyone is role playing a different character. So to make it easier on the listener today, there's 3 people playing. It's going to be me, someone named Jordan, and then another VSA named Neha. And then there's a dungeon master. Paul, you mentioned that it was me, but it's actually not me. Another friend of ours is a dungeon master. And what pretty much happens is they have like different scenarios that you can play out depending on your decisions. And it's all based on chance. So you say, oh, I want to jump onto the 2nd floor. And then you roll a die. And if the roll is high enough, then you're able to do it. And the dungeon master tells you yes. And if you're not, then the dungeon master just says, oh, you actually fell. And you took 2 damage out of your 100 or whatever the damage is. So it's really interesting. And the one for today, we wanted to do it around Viterbi because we thought it was going to be fun. So just a sneak peek, I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's Viterbi has been overrun by zombies. And we're trying to figure out what happens. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. So zombies have attacked the Viterbi School of Engineering.
Yes.
Although, just a heads up, hey, if you're just tuning in now, it's just Dungeons and Dragons. It's just role playing. It hasn't happened. I don't want to scare anybody because I'm sure they take our podcast very seriously here. All right, cool. Well, this is a 2-part episode because there's so much fun. We couldn't get it into one episode. Mm-hmm. So this is episode 1 of the Dungeons and Dragons episode, play out role playing game. And then come back a little bit later for episode 2. Let's sit. We'll get out of the way now, but we've got some stuff to talk about on the back end of this episode. So enjoy enjoy the game. Is that the best way to play it? What is this, a game? Is this an experience?
I would say experience.
Enjoy this audio adventure you're about to go on.
very special edition of the Viterbi Voices podcast. Today we're going to be playing a quick Dungeons and Dragons-esque one-shot with 3 of our Viterbi student ambassadors here. A quick overview of what this is. Dungeons and Dragons is a role-playing game, so everyone here is going to have a character that they're going to play. Each of these characters is a Viterbi student in a magical version of our world. And they're going to have to solve some tasks and riddles and things to basically solve the quests I give them. And this little introduction. Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon. I am a junior here at USC Viterbi, double majoring in computer science and quantitative biology. And today I will be playing your DM or dungeon master, also known as a GM or game master. And I'm going to be here kind of running the world and helping everyone through this story. So if you guys want to start your introductions, all yours.
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Paul. I'm a senior studying computer engineering, computer science. I'm from El Paso, Texas. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I'll do my best. And I'm so excited for this. I really am.
I'm glad you are.
Okay, well, I'm Jordan. I am a second year studying computer science with a minor in bioinformatics, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. Yeah, and I actually have played Dungeons and Dragons before in high school. I was one of those kids. I played it before it was cool.
Hi, everyone. I'm Neha. I'm a junior majoring in biomedical engineering from the North Bay area in California. And like Paul, I have never, ever played Dungeons and Dragons. I also have a very vague idea of how it works. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited.
Perfect. So each of our 3 players here has their own characters that is kind of going to be going about this world, acting through every challenge that I give them. So if you guys maybe want to give a little bit of background about each of your characters and who they are in this fantasy world, they're who we're going to be pretending we are for the next little while.
I can start. Hi, everyone. Paul again. I'm going to be an elven rogue, and I'm actually going to be I'm a currently computer engineering student, but I'm going to be a CS student, computer science, with a minor in applied computer security. I did have that minor beforehand, not anymore, but just letting y'all know. I play on the intramural volleyball team. I'm taking a volleyball class right now, so there's that. You know, I can act like I'm amazing at volleyball, I guess. And then, yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm also 6'10". I just want to point that out. I'm 6'10". That's not my real height, but we can roll with it. So yeah, that's me.
I can go next. Hi, guys. I'm Neha. In real life, I'm a biomedical engineering major, but right now, I'm a chemie major with an emphasis in nanoengineering, and I also have a minor in dance. I do research on nanochemistry for medicines that alter brain chemistry, and I'm apparently very, very short.
Nah, give us a number. How short are you? You can't just say I'm very short.
I'm 4'6".
Okay.
Very respectable height. Yeah.
Just a little on the teeny side, but it's fine.
Tiny bit. It makes real life me look very, very tall.
It makes it easier to fit into the seats in the lecture hall. There you go.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm Jordan again. I'm a tiefling bard majoring in mechie with a minor in flute performance. 2 things I know very little about, but that is totally fine. And I work in RPL, and also I'm apparently very strong. Very different from my real life self.
What's RPL, Jordan?
Oh, RPL. RPL is the Rocket Propulsion Lab. And so I make rockets in this mysterious world.
Woohoo. This mysterious world of Viterbi, but it's magical. So we're going to start out our story. We're going to start out this little bit of their day as we have our 3 characters here, our 3 friends. They're sitting in the USC Village at Dulce, which is one of our cute little cafes over here. They got some lattes, they got some snacks, and they're just hanging out for a little while before they have a study group to go to in Levy Library. So what are you guys talking about? What's on your minds right now?
Hey, y'all, I just want to let you know that I just got my essay grade back and I'm very happy with myself. I got an 87, which I would have never thought. I'm a CS major. That's not me at all.
You guys can write? I didn't know you guys wrote anything besides code.
It was for like the writing class. So yeah, I got an 87. I was so proud. So proud of myself.
So proud of you.
We love it. How was everyone else's day at school? You guys are kind of chilling. It's about 4 o'clock. You're unwinding from class. What classes did you guys come from?
This is my 5th cup of coffee.
Oh no, Jordan.
Oh God.
What about you guys?
Wait, is it like straight cold brew coffee? Is it like a latte? What's your coffee?
I only drink my coffee black.
That's a good choice.
God.
I respect that.
Yeah. I've been trying so valiantly to like stay off of caffeine. So I don't even know what I run on. Just like vibes. I just run on vibes.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm gonna use that. I run on vibes.
Please do. Take it.
All right. Well, you guys are all chilling here, having a good time. And suddenly, Neha gets a text from her PI in her lab, so her principal investigator, the professor she works under. And it sounds like your PI is in a little bit of a state of distress. So what she says is that she really, really needs you to grab something from the lab for her. She's gone home for the day, but there's a flash drive somewhere in her office that's really, really important. And the information on it is time sensitive, and she really needs you to go grab it for her. What do you do?
I guess I chug my coffee and then I tell Paul and Jordan that I gotta go to Michelson to go get that flash drive. So I guess Levy later.
She really asked you to do that at 4 p.m.?
I know, kind of rude. Kind of rude. That's okay.
Why does she gotta make you do it?
Yeah, she's already gone home, but she's like, I need you to finish some work for me.
I'm like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Well, anyways, continuing on. Yeah, so it's maybe a little rude of your PI, but it seems like it's an emergency. What are your guys' reactions, Paul and Jordan? What do you think is gonna happen?
Okay, Neha, first of all, that sounds kind of rude of her, in all honesty. But I know I have to study for a midterm, and that's why we're gonna go to Levy, but I don't really want to do that. So if you want, I can go with you. It's not too far of a walk. It's relatively close, so I would not mind. How do you feel, Jordan?
I think I need to get my steps in for today, so let's go.
All right.
So nice.
You guys are all going to go over to the good old Michelson building of Convergent Biosciences. Go over to Neha's lab, find this flash drive, whatever she needs, and then just go back and study. All right. So you guys finish up your coffee, you finish up your little treats from Dulce, and you're walking back to campus. And it seems like campus is kind of closed off. You see some DPS people, and you see the people at the front that are checking Trojan check, and they all kind of seem to not really be wanting to let people in. But Neha, you decide to walk up and are kind of like, hey, I need to get onto campus. What do you say?
Hey, I need to get onto campus.
All right, well, what business do you have on campus? Why do you really need to get onto campus? It's kind of dangerous right now.
I need to get a flash drive for my PI's lab, and it's time sensitive and urgent. And
what building is it in? Michelson.
Michelson.
Yeah, okay. If it's time sensitive and it's in Michelson, you can get onto campus. But I don't know about your two friends. Do you really need them to come with you?
Thank you. They're very critical for this operation.
How?
I'm weak, so I need help carrying the flash drive.
Just let her through. Just let her through. She's tiny.
Literally, she's so tiny. She needs us to protect her from the elements.
All right,
come on.
Right, I'll let her have the tall one. The tall one can be there to protect her.
There you go.
I'm too tall.
One of you. I can see why 2 of you are needed, but really 3 of you. We're supposed to limit the number of people that are on campus.
Okay, I guess I'm going. Goodbye, Paul.
Okay. No, wait, no. Okay, y'all. Okay, here's my plan. I say we create a distraction. It's like, it looks like it's only one DPS officer here, and they already let 2 of us in.
I'm just gonna say Jordan does have some extra proficiency in performance. He is a music minor.
That's it.
Right.
Jordan, you can like sing to this person.
Oh,
I'm a flute performance minor, not a singer.
Wait, you can encode their thoughts.
You do have some
You're
spells you
right.
can pull from.
Okay, so I think I'm going to use encode thoughts and make this guard think that he's letting in 2 people, even though when we're all gonna go through.
All right, well, let's see how the dice roll for you. So for this, I'm going to give you, we're going to do an intimidation check first off, just because you're kind of trying to overpower this guard's thoughts. So with an intimidation check, you have a +4 bonus on this one. So your ultimate roll is, you got a 19. You rolled a 15 with a +4 modifier. You got a 19 out of 20. So I'm going to say this works. This works. You convince him and you're like, all right, I guess I have to let you guys all 3 in to get this one flash drive. It must be that important that 3 people need to be there to handle it. But be safe, guys. There's some new danger around campus, and we're really not sure how everything's going to unfold today.
Just like that, y'all.
Just like that. Okay, Jordan, you're pretty cool.
Thanks, I know.
I really wanted to hear some like flute or something, but I guess next time, I guess we'll get.
Next time. It's just prepping.
Wait, Neha, where are we heading again?
Michelson?
Do you guys know where Michelson Hall is, for those of you who aren't in chemical engineering in our campaign?
It's right by Cap, kind of. Like, you know how Cap is like back there? You know that big fancy building? Yeah. So it's like right, kind of like, I'm probably saying this wrong, but like across from SGM, and then Cap is like behind it. So it's like in the middle.
So SGM is where a bunch of the chemistry classes and things are held. So you know this area pretty well, Neha.
Sorry.
Your character is like, I got this. The
I
math
do.
building right there, the biomedical building right next to it, the chemistry building right there. I know all of this.
I know where I work in a lab there. I gotta know where it
With
is.
the computer science and mechanical engineering, they don't go there too much. So they're not as familiar with how the buildings are laid out. This will come in handy later for you guys to remember. So you're walking around campus and it's weirdly deserted. You don't really see anybody. It kind of seems like they cleared off campus. There are a couple people walking around. You see someone in a hazmat suit. And you're kind of like, something weird's going on. Campus is usually bustling with life. What's happening here? What do you guys choose to do as you're walking over? You think this is really suspicious, but you don't really know what you should check or who you can talk to.
Can I get like a perception check to see if
Yeah.
I see anything like particular? I know the hazmat suit. Like anything else specifically?
Let's see. Let's give you a perception check. And your roll, you rolled a 7 out of 20 for your perception. So you kind of are like, it's a little windy out today, a little overcast. Maybe people are just in a bad mood. It is Southern California. We're used to the sunshine. People are just in a bad mood. Maybe it was a school holiday that you forgot about. You really aren't sure. But you do notice that the athletes aren't out. There's no one there in the Lion Center as you pass by the gym. There's no one on the fields as you pass by. So you're kind of like, something definitely is up. I don't really know what it is, but there's something more than the weather. The weather might be a factor, but there's something going on and you're not really sure. You do see, however, some more people in hazmat suits in a little truck by SGM, by the chemistry building. So it seems like something might have gone wrong with some of the chemicals and they needed to evacuate the buildings, but you really don't know. Would anyone else like to make any checks or make any actions?
Can we ask one of the hazmat people what's going on?
Yeah, you want to walk up to one of the hazmat guys?
Yeah, let's walk up to the one like by the truck.
Cool. So you walk up to this hazmat guy, all three of you, but Jordan, you're kind of at the front, being like, I'm gonna spearhead this investigation. I'm gonna see what's going on. You're curious. You're not afraid.
I'm hiding behind Neha. I just want to say that.
Yeah. Good luck hiding behind me.
I feel like that's an action, not real Paul, but like this Paul would take, like hiding behind Neha, but doing it very badly because I am 6'10".
I was gonna say, like, it's like trying to hide behind a fire hydrant. Like, why would you do that?
I feel like Jordan's first, then Neha, and then I'm like right behind her.
You're a little extra on edge, Paul, because you're like, well, if it's something with chemicals, I study CS. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Literally.
I never took chemistry. Okay, so you walk up to one of the guys in hazmat suits, and you keep a little bit of distance. You're smart enough to be like, well, if he's wearing a hazmat suit, something must be up. What do you ask him, Jordan?
Hey, you. What's happening? Why aren't the athletes out?
You hear some like garbled mumbling, and you have no idea what this guy says, but you hear brain. Nothing more.
I would be like, can you please enunciate? Can you speak up a little, enunciate a little bit, please?
The person that has that suit tries to talk louder, but it's still kind of garbled over the whole hazmat suit deal. But you hear experiment and the word wrong.
Okay, can we see through to the hazmat? I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, there's like a little window for the face. You're just
okay.
Would someone like to try lip reading or sign language or something?
I would like to try lip reading. Yes.
Lip reading? All right. I will have you make a perception check. Let's see.
Oh God.
That went well.
You got a 12.
Okay.
Okay.
So from this perception check, you ask him again and you're like, hey, we cannot hear you. Can you give us a little more information? And he points at a building to his left. It looks like he's pointing at Michelson Hall, and he makes a big X with his hands and is like, don't go in there. That's what you understand from what he says. And then he goes about and continues doing his hazmat business, cleaning some stuff up, moving some boxes. There are a couple other hazmat people around, but this guy seems like you've bothered him enough. What's your decision now? What do you guys choose to do? Do you share this information with everyone, Paul?
Yes. Okay, y'all. What I understood from his sign language and my great ability with like reading lips is that he doesn't want to go us to the Michelson Center, but he might have been pointing at that or CAP, and no one wants to go into CAP.
Yeah.
For those listening, just a reminder: CAP is the math building.
Where all the office hours are held.
Where all the office hours are held. So he's doing that, but in all honesty, I want to get a closer look at like what chemicals are working with, just because I'm curious, or like what boxes. They're carrying boxes, and there's a lot of people here carrying boxes. How do y'all feel?
You do have some cool spells. So Jordan, since she's a bard, has a few spells, and Neha, since she's a wizard, has quite a few spells. If you'd like to use any of them, let me know.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well then I can use detect
thoughts. Okay. You cast detect thoughts on one of the hazmat guys. Is there a particular one? Do you want to bother the same one again? Maybe a different one?
I don't know. Do we want to go with the same one?
Does one of them look like the leader?
Or
you know what I'm saying? Like
there
is one of them pointing?
There's one who
Yeah,
doesn't
good one.
necessarily look like a leader, but he's the guy who is driving the little car as the hazmat guys are getting off and moving boxes. So he seems like the one in charge, but he could just be the one driving. You're not sure.
Let's ask that guy. I'm more inclined
Alright.
to trust that guy.
All right, let's see. Try to cast Detect Thoughts, which is an intelligence roll. Oof. You got a 10. Could be worse. Could be worse. But from that, you're kind of like, well, he definitely doesn't have positive thoughts right now. In his mind, he's kind of mumbling to himself, like, I can't believe I signed up for this. Why did I decide to be on USC's hazmat team the one day where I was thinking of calling in sick and didn't? This happens. And he's like, well, all this stuff to clean up, but we don't really know what's going on. All we were told is to get some of these chemicals out of the building. But no one knows what's happening. No one even knows how this pathogen is getting to people. It's all a mystery to us. That's what he's thinking about. And he's definitely scared.
He was like, apparently he's very worried. His thoughts are in a jumble. But apparently the hazmat team needs to get the chemicals out of the building. And they don't know how the pathogen is getting to people. We don't know what the pathogen is, but there's a pathogen.
Wait, Neha, what are you guys researching? I didn't know you guys were doing
What are we
diseases.
are?
I thought you were a brain lab.
Well, okay. I don't know if it's us, but like, because Michelson has a whole bunch of concurrent projects going on. But what we're doing is medicines that alter brain chemistry. So there's a lot of room for problems.
Okay,
there.
but like that, you were really quick to blame Neha, Jordan. Like you really were. Like
I was like,
like,
Something's
this is
going
your
wrong with
fault.
bio. It must be the person who works in a biolab.
exactly. I'm a mechie major. I don't know anything.
Neha, how much do you need this flash drive? Because like we don't know what building the other person was pointing at, either Cap or Michelson. Like, do you need this flash drive badly?
That's true. Okay. Personally, I couldn't care less about the flash drive, but my PI seems to really want this flash drive, and she's super nice. So I feel like I have
Right
to
now,
get her a
Neha, you
flash
check
drive.
your phone to see like, did they really need it that badly? You check it and you have 15 very urgent seeming text messages from your PI asking if you've gotten it yet. Have you gotten on campus? What's happening?
Okay, that's a bit needy, but okay. So then okay, I would wait, so what do you guys want to do next?
We're in SGM, right? So that's very close.
We're right across the street.
Should we just go with her? It's really close.
I mean, it's like 50% chance he was pointing at Cap. I think we should give it a shot.
I
You guys
agree.
are giving it a shot. All right. You walk over to Michelson Hall, and you guys can't get in without Neha's key card. So Neha has to be there to swipe you into the building and then swipe you into the elevator as well. But once you're in the elevator, you can get to whatever floors you need. So you guys walk into the building. Neha lets you in. It seems eerily quiet, but you hear some like a low humming noise. And you're like, that's suspicious. That's weird. You walk a little further and you see a fire in one of the conference rooms that's in the lobby.
I immediately
like,
jump behind Neha.
Is this your response to everything, Paul?
But in doing this, in jumping behind Neha, you scare her. Neha throws her USC ID card and it goes over toward where the fire is.
No. Why would I do that?
He spooked you so much that you're like, oh my god, and threw your ID card.
I feel like
Come
I
on,
jumped
Paul.
backwards, but I jumped over Neha to get behind. You know?
I mean, she's not that tall to begin with. It's not a feat.
That's what I think happened. That's why I scared you so bad. I'm so sorry, Neha. I really am.
But guys, your girl. Oh my gosh. I'm fire resistant.
You are fire resistant. Your only
Oh,
fire
I don't think this is a problem.
Your fire
My
resistant to a point
ID.
though. You can't like stand in fire for like 20 minutes and search for the ID card.
Right.
It's somewhere in this conference room. You've got it only a little while, but you still hear this weird low humming noise, and it's starting to get louder.
Can I get a perception check to like see how big the fire is spreading, or like how big
Yeah.
the fire is? Because all we know is there's fire and the card slid somewhere.
Yeah.
We're in a conference room.
You can get a perception check. Let's see. All right. You rolled a 19. So you're getting better on these perception rolls. You're like, I couldn't tell much except the weather the first time, but now I'm awake. That coffee really started to kick in.
It really did.
So yes, you look into
Okay,
the
telling
conference
you.
room. You see where the card slid, but the card is moving. And within this conference room, you see a person. This person doesn't seem fazed by the fire, but they just kind of like kick the card around. They don't notice it. It's just there. The card's kind of sliding around. But there's a person in this room with the fire. And you're like, huh, they don't seem to care. They don't really seem like they're aware that there's a fire. And this is definitely something a little funny, little suspicious. What do you guys choose to do?
Wait, are they like why are they kicking the ID? Are they like pacing around, or like
They're
or
just
are they
walking
standing
around the
there?
conference room. There's a fire between you and this person,
Okay.
but they're stuck in this conference room.
Okay. Wait, I can message people from like 30 feet
You
away.
can. And that one you can use an unlimited amount of times.
I
That one's
could-
a cantrip, not a spell.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, so can I message that person and ask them like what?
What are you gonna
Yeah.
ask them? You're on fire. What's up?
They don't know they're on fire, but I'll be like, why are you
Why
still
are you
on fire?
still on
Why haven't you left?
Is that
Wait,
what you
wait.
have? Hey, you, why are you on fire?
Wait, now I feel like you have to like introduce yourself very quickly. Like,
No,
what if like
Don't forget to
Okay.
don't forget to add. Can you kick us the ID card?
yeah.
Okay. We have to like draft this. Okay. So I will be like, hi, I'm Neha. I work in a lab in Michelson and I need to get an ID card. Or no, I need to get a flash drive. Do you know if the elevators are working and what's going on? And also, can you kick me my
Also,
ID?
why are you on fire?
Also, why are you on fire?
Okay, I think Neha has the
Alright.
message ready.
Yes, is that what you choose to message them?
Okay, that is what I choose to
You
say.
send the
yes.
message over to this person, and all you hear from that room, because they can't message you back silently, they would have to kind of yell at you for you to hear this because they're far enough away. The response you get is, "Ugh."
What a waste of effort for crafting that whole message.
Hey, that message was good. I took out an 87 on my essay. I don't know what you're talking about.
You hear this groan, but you now know where the ID card is in the room. At first, you didn't know where it was.
Oh, because we can. Okay. Wait. So then,
Yeah.
Jordan, would you like sprint and grab it and come
Okay,
back?
I'm like, guys, this is creeping me out. There's a man on fire. There's a fire. People are being weird. I just want to get out of here and go back to Dolce. So, I think I'm just gonna go and try and grab the ID card. Can I do like a perception check to see how far it
Yeah.
is, and like also roll if I can
Yeah.
get it?
So you're doing a perception check. You're like, what's going on in this room? So you rolled a 17 on your perception check. So you're like, oh, okay, well, there's about 5 feet between where this weird person is now standing and where the ID card is on the ground. It's about 30-ish feet for you to just run in there and you can grab it. You'll have to like weasel around some chairs, but that's not a problem because you are resistant to fire damage. So you can go in there pretty easily and get it. You even have a little bit of time to look around if you want and maybe try and talk to this person who's just on fire. But you don't have too much time in there.
How about I like go in, get to the card, and while on my way out, I'm like, hey, you're on fire, right?
Yes.
The perfect thing to say to
Exactly.
a person who's on fire.
You didn't ask them why. We already tried that. And they just groaned in response. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to let him know, like.
All right. So you're able to sprint in there. You passed your athletics check. You didn't sprain your ankle or anything. So you're running in there. You've grabbed the ID card. You're kind of like on the ground though, because you're searching for it. There's still a fire, but you know the general area that it's in. You're moving your hands around and you're like, okay, found the ID card. It's not that damaged, so it should still let you guys into the building. Do you choose to look around, or you just want to yell something at the figure standing 5 feet away from you?
I guess I'll do a quick look around. Like, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything.
Okay.
Just cause a fire.
Yeah. You roll a 20 on your investigation check.
Ooh.
So you look around. The furniture is definitely damaged. You can see some papers on the table that were talking about some tissue engineering paper that was being written. And they seem a little ripped up, like whoever was in there left in a real rush. You look up to see this person, and they are not doing well. They're a little bit on fire, just a little bit though. And it doesn't look like they have a single thought in their mind. They don't care about the fire. They're just standing there almost like a zombie. And this spooks you a little bit.
And I'm like, okay, let's get this flash drive and leave. This is strange. I'm tired. Let's go.
All right.
You're not gonna
Jordan, what happened to the Trojan family?
I'm like, look, I got 2 hours of sleep. I'm on so much coffee. I'm tired. I would like to return. I'm not even supposed to be here. I had to lie to get in. Let's go.
All right. Jordan sprints back out. Do you want to tell your friends what you saw? You walk out. You've got your trophy, the ID card. You're like, I got it.
Good news. We got the ID card. Bad news. I'm not sure if what's in there is human.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh. That's kind of rude.
Yeah. Do you guys have any thoughts about this? What are you thinking? This possibly inhuman person in a conference room?
Okay,
On fire?
I wanted to do an Arcana check, but my Arcana is -1. Feel like I should do an Arcana check.
That's just your modifier, but you do also have an intelligence of 8. So,
How can I be a dumb CS student?
hey, the dice roll how they may. The dice roll how they may.
Okay.
Wait, Neha might be high for Arcana.
Yeah. Arcana's magic.
What's Arcana?
Oh, you're all good.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Arcana's magic. You're a wizard, so you have a pretty high score. In this world, Arcana, which is like magic, is kind of intertwined with science. And so you decide to roll an Arcana check, and you're trying to figure out, whoa, what's going on here? What possible forces of chemistry and nature are causing whatever weird disturbance is happening here? You roll a 15, so you're pretty sure something is involved, either with chemistry or magic. You're not quite sure yet, but one of the two. And there's something in the air that seems a little bit suspicious. And you're thinking, maybe, just maybe, we should try and find some masks, especially since we're in a building. And there is a fire also, so there's just kind of ash in the air.
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's ash and there's smoke. And you're a little more worried now because you're like, we can deal with a little smoke. We can handle that if it's for short terms, but it seems like something else is in the air, and there's definitely some sort of chemical or magical force involved here.
Wait, does everyone know this?
You have to tell them.
Okay, so it looks like there's something weird going on. I think it's more than just the smoke and the fire. I think we need to find like a mask to protect ourselves, because clearly people are getting affected by something and it's turning off their ability to think coherently, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So I guess we should go find a mask
We should have gone to
for
CAP.
each of us.
That's all I'm saying.
You want to go to the math building more?
I don't think anyone has ever said that. Paul, I think you're the first person who's ever said that.
Okay, priorities. Neha, where can we find masks? Do you know where we can find masks?
Okay, well, we're in a lab building, so I would assume that they would have a mask for like lab related purposes if they're working with something that they need to protect their face from. So I guess we would go to one of the labs and find a
Something
mask.
else you also noticed when you walked into the
Um,
building is that there is a supply closet on the first floor. You could check there to avoid
Oh,
going into the labs, but you could also just go up the elevator and look in a lab. Your guys' choice.
okay.
I personally would prefer to have a mask before going up this elevator.
I agree. Let's go check the supply
All right,
closet.
you guys move away from the person on fire, and you're moving toward the other side of the building, a little bit closer to the elevator. But you're gonna go look. You see a supply closet, but this weird moaning sound that you heard earlier is sounding even louder. This weird, like low humming, like kind of noise. And Jordan recognizes, and she's like, "It
Oh.
sounds a little bit like that weird yell that the burning person kind of responded to Neha's message with." But you don't really think anything of it. You're just kind of like, huh, that's a weird noise. So you're walking closer and closer to the supply closet, and you see some more shadows over by where you are. But you're like, well, we got to find these masks. We don't want to get infected with whatever's going on here, and we don't want to give ourselves lung damage because of the smoke. So you guys go to the supply closet. It is locked, but luckily you've got a rogue.
Yes. Okay. It says one of my abilities is to like pick locks, right? Or like
Mhm.
deactivate traps.
Would you like to pick the lock?
Okay, yes. I would like to pick the lock, y'all, but I have a bad feeling because I feel like there's someone behind there. Because we just heard the sound. We just heard the same sound. But I'm picking the lock. Just going for it.
Yes.
It's okay.
All right. In your sleight of hand check,
I'm strong. You got this. Protect us.
yes, you can protect them, Paul. So in your sleight of hand check, you rolled an 18 out of 20. Good job. You pick the lock with ease, no worries. You open the door, and there are some N95 masks in there. And so you grab them, you hand them to Jordan and Neha. You can't actually reach them though. You're trying to reach them to hand them over, but you're not tall enough to reach the top shelf. And so do you want to ask for help, or you just kind of jump and try and get it? What's your plan?
Okay, here's my plan, y'all. Here's my plan. Okay, y'all, I cannot reach these masks. I know they're like in high demand. They're at 95. They're very expensive, and it's not like Viterbi hands them out for free. So they're really guarded for some reason. Now, I know you're kind of a little bit sensitive about this, but what if I put you on my shoulders? And I feel that like my 6'10" and you're like 4'7" or 4'6" will really reach the mask. I feel like that would be. How do you feel about that?
I'm perfectly fine being boosted up to the mouth.
Okay, Jordan, can you stand behind us in case she falls?
I mean,
Please spot me.
if I have to.
All right. Yeah, so it is a strength check. You rolled an 11. So it's a good thing you had Jordan follow you into the supply closet. But you're over there trying to balance Neha. She grabs the masks, she grabs them, and as she grabs them, your shoulder just gives out.
Oh no.
Your shoulder's like, nope. And she falls. Jordan is there to catch her. But as she catches her, Jordan hits a wall with her back a little bit. And the force of that closes the door behind you.
Wait,
You-
wait,
so-
what? Wait, was it the
You
wait? It's just Paul. It's just
both
Paul.
you guys
locked?
are in the
Who's
supply
locked in the
closet because you're
supply
trying to grab the
closet right now?
masks. Yes.
All
So
three
Jordan
of
was
us.
right there. Jordan was
Okay,
trying to
okay.
kind of just help make sure you don't fall. But when you fell, because you fell off of one of Paul's shoulders, she had to go to the side. And her hitting the wall closes the supply
Got it,
closet
okay.
door. You guys are scrambling around for a light switch
Wait.
because the door was open. You could see. One of you hits the light switch. I'm gonna say it's probably Jordan because she was on the ground from falling there and is kind of on her way up, searching the walls. She finds the light switch and turns it on. And as she does this, she notices some footsteps outside the door. You know how you can kind of see people's shadows as they walk by underneath the door? She
Mhm.
notices some feet walking by. What do you do about this, Jordan?
I'm like, first I tell them, I'm like, guys, there's someone out there. And then can I do a perception check?
You roll a 5. So
And I
you're like, I have no idea what's out there, but there's something out there, guys. It could be a dog. It could be they might have some of the mice from the labs might have escaped. I don't know, but I saw something walk by. So there's something out there. And it definitely heard the bustle of us trying to grab these masks and falling on each other. So
I feel like I have to say something. First of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, I just didn't stretch my shoulder correctly at volleyball practice earlier today, and he kind of
Mhm.
popped. And I'm not saying
Darn
that's anyone's fault
volleyball.
but me, but that just happened, and I'm really sorry.
How's
You know,
your shoulder doing,
I'm
Paul?
doing okay.
How's your
I think
shoulder
I'll survive.
doing?
do you want to see if anyone else is
Okay.
hurt, Paul, or are you just gonna be like, I'm sorry, my shoulder hurts?
yeah, Neha, you fell. Are you good?
Paul, I just fell. I fell from 7 feet. I literally fell from 7 feet. Doesn't ask me if I'm okay. I'm okay, thanks to you, Jordan.
I mean, I just got crushed by a small meteor, so
Oh, wait, that's actually such a cool description of me.
Why am I the
Wait,
bad
so
guy
are we-
here? She just said you're
Are
a
we-
meteor.
Paul, you're the one who's like, I can carry her. You guys are not locked in, but you're
Okay.
definitely worried now that there's something outside that
Okay,
didn't
wait.
bother to come check on you guys.
Okay.
Besides Paul.
Can we put our mask on? Everyone, please put your mask on. I don't think we have put them on.
Okay.
Masks are
Oh
on.
yeah.
You
that's a
didn't
good
have to
idea.
have a mask when walking on
Okay.
campus. This is a non-COVID world.
You said Trojan check earlier.
Okay.
Trojan check
Yeah.
just for fun.
let's say that.
Just for funsies.
Okay, for all the listeners out there, Trojan check. Every morning we have to do a survey to show our symptoms because of COVID-19, and then we have to pass that check. It gives us a QR code, and then in order to step on campus, we have to scan it. Just reference.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go,
just for the
continue.
reference, this Trojan check is more of a vibe check to
Oh,
see
I
how you're
see.
feeling. It's a mental health
Okay.
check-in
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
rather than just physical health, because that's important
see.
too.
that is
That's very important. If you're having a bad day,
Yeah.
you don't need to go to class sometimes.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
continue. Sorry.
No, that was a great segue. But yeah, you guys are like, well, we've got our masks on. There's something out there, but hopefully whatever was in the air, we're safe from it. What do you guys choose to do?
Okay. Well, Paul, you and I are both good
Mhm.
at sneaking around. I don't remember the distinction between us sneaking around. I know because of my dance minor, I'm like light on my feet. But I don't remember why you're good at
Oh, it's because I'm a
sneaking. Do you
rogue,
remember?
so I'm kind of like a thief. That's why I could pick logs. So I'm good at hiding. So I
Yeah.
can possibly
Okay.
go out there.
Oh, okay. That would be better because I'm good at being quiet. But if you're good at hiding, that's better,
I think so.
right?
All right.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, wow. The person that hides behind Neha when there's a fire is the first one to go out the door. I love it.
Is also the person that's 6'9", and you're ready to face the world
That is true.
and hide behind very large objects.
Y'all, I feel like I have to redeem myself. So for all of you, I decide that I'm gonna go first. Out there. We don't know what's out there.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Paul. Come on, Paul.
Okay. I decide. Okay, we don't know what's out there, right?
You have no
Can I-
idea what's out there. You saw that there was something though.
Yeah. Wait, did we see the footsteps, or
Jordan
did
saw
we
the
hear them?
footsteps and told you guys.
Jordan, do you
Okay.
remember? Was it just one set of footsteps
Okay.
or multiple footsteps?
Honestly, I didn't really get a good look. It was like I was, kind of fumbling around. It was dark. Sorry.
Jordan, you need another cup of coffee.
Oh.
Savage. Okay.
I know.
Okay, after this, we go back to Dulce.
Even more coffee before the study session. I love it.
Okay, I grab the handle. I open the door.
Are you trying to sneak around, or are you just like, I'm here, world?
No. The whole point was me sneaking around. So I feel like I should open the door and go to the corner, to the nearest corner.
Okay. So to do that, you're gonna roll a stealth check. You rolled a 26.
Oh!
So you're stealthy as heck. You're doing so well. You walk out there and there just happens to be this really big, like, comfy chair that you can hide behind. So you go over to the corner, you're hiding behind this chair, and you're like, oh no. Because you see at least 10 or 15 people just wandering around. They don't seem to have much going on. They didn't notice you though. All you know is that these people do not look like they're doing well. They kind of seemed like what Jordan described with this weird, like, zombie type of attitude. And the problem is, since you're in a corner, Neha and Jordan can't see you now.
Okay.
So you have no way of signaling to them. They're just hiding in the supply closet. The door is still slightly open. But
Okay, my first thought is I want to see what they do when, like, something comes in front of them. But also, I have one spell because I'm a rogue, so I don't have a lot of spells. And I have a teleportation spell. So I could technically teleport back inside the room, right? And
would
let
you
them
like
know.
to?
No, I'm thinking I want to. Okay, because the one on the fire seemed mindless. So in my mind, I'm like, maybe they're just like mindless people, right?
But they could just be
but
really
also-
tired biologists, really tired grad students.
Exactly. And also, they haven't seen me, so I want to see how they interact with things. So
Okay.
in my inventory, I have a Trader Joe's buffalo chicken wrap. That was gonna be my lunch at the library. That was gonna be my lunch break. Can I grab that and throw it really hard at the wall? Because I want it to splatter everywhere, because I want to see the reaction. So I guess I'm gonna do a strength check to throw it at a different wall that's across from me, not next to me, right? Like a wall that's far away.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you an athletics check for you to throw your sandwich at the wall. Let's see how hard you throw it. You roll a 21, so you just chuck this thing all the way across the room using your good arm, not the one with the shoulder that just popped out. But you throw this at the wall so hard. Jordan and Neha have no idea what's going on, but they just hear this giant thud. And they're like, oh no, what happened? And all of these zombies turn to the side. They look and they see this splatter on the wall, and they seem a little angry about it. They're like, oh, something happened. They all start to go towards it. And they go over, they look at it, and then they start looking around. Because they still have enough thought process going on to be like, where did this come from? Burritos
I
don't
hide
just
behind
launch
the chair again.
themselves. Yes, you're still hiding behind the chair, but they're like, random flying objects don't just launch themselves at walls. Something's up here. Something's up. Jordan, Neha, you guys hear this loud thud, and have no idea what happened. What do you choose to do?
Okay, if I had no context, I would think it was Paul, and I'd be like, we need to help him. So I would, because I'm like the next sneakiest, I feel like I would, because we wouldn't know what was going on. So I feel like I would try and sneak out and
All
find
right,
Paul.
let's roll you a stealth check. Whew. You roll a
God.
stealth check of 7.
Wow.
So you're getting out there.
Okay.
You're trying to walk around. You don't know which direction Paul went. So you're just kind of tiptoeing out and you see these zombies and you're like, oh my God, what happened over there? Why is there this red orange splatter on the wall? And you kind of start to tiptoe over there. And as you're walking, there's a little bit of this buffalo chicken wrap on the ground and you slip on it. And you don't hurt yourself. You fall a little bit,
Good one.
but you make enough noise that all of these people turn around and look at you. What do you decide to do?
All right, and we're back, everyone. Thank you so much, Paul. I was wondering, so can you tease a little bit of what's going to happen in part 2?
Yeah, so what just happened is that we are facing the zombies, or we're about to face the zombies. That's where we left off. And Neha just tripped in front of like 10 zombies, if I remember correctly. She just tripped in front of them and she's about to be eaten alive. So in order to like find out a little bit more, you're gonna have to tune in next week, but I think it's gonna be really enjoyable. We get to finally fight them, and then we have to figure out some other stuff in order to try to bring Viterbi back to normal, because we want our campus back, you know?
It's such a cliffhanger. She just tripped in front of the zombies. What's going to happen? Tune in next time.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also at the end of the day, we just want to study for our midterms. They're coming up, so we just want to save the day and be able to study and be able to do good in our classes. That's the end goal.
With the zombie apocalypse, midterms still happen, is what you're saying.
Yes, you just gotta keep going, you know?
Just
Awesome.
keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
I just can't believe how creative Shannon was. Did she come up with this all on her own?
She had a friend help her, so she's really good friends with someone from the cinema school. I cannot recall their name off the top of my head, but she did a lot of it on her own, and then her friend helped just craft the story. And she has been a dungeon master before, so she actually plays with her friends a lot. She told me that they found out that everyone in her current apartment plays after they all moved in together.
Oh,
So they
that's
were
cool.
moving in, and they had bringing boxes and boxes of like dice, like different sets. And they were like, oh my God, we all play. And then they have just been playing for a while. So she has a lot of experience. As you just saw from this first one, I had little experience. Neha had no experience at all. She really went for it. And I really love that. And then Jordan had some experience as well. So it was like a range of experience. And I think it made the whole episode really enjoyable.
I want to ask you questions at the end of episode 2. So I'm going to hold a lot of my questions till next time. But I have so many questions about D&D. I want to learn more. But Emily, we have to close out a topic. We have been teasing a topic.
Yeah.
And I apologize, but Emily, you forgot too. You didn't ask me anything about this over the last 2 episodes. You didn't ask me anything. Paul, I don't know if you know what we're talking about, but we have been constantly talking about Halloween. And now that Halloween's over, we can talk about it. There was a secret of what my costume was going to be. Emily, you were going to be, you and your roommates were going to be Disney princesses. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did it go?
Well, okay. So.
Oh, wow. It already sounds disappointing.
Well, I actually just went like camping instead.
Okay.
And so my friends and I just like kind of hung out at the boulders, and we tried to find a costume in town very last minute, but rural climbing towns don't really have like costume places. So we just kind of chilled, and then we had some spooky climbs we tried.
Spooky climbs. Wow. Okay. I don't know what makes it spooky.
Like really high climbs that you can get like injured on, I guess. Those are kind of spooky.
Dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous stuff.
Paul, did you dress up for Halloween? How did you celebrate Halloween?
I did not dress up for Halloween. My family decided to do a spontaneous visit. So I hadn't seen them since they dropped me off in August. And my parents flew over, and we spent the weekend together, which was an amazing experience. Because
that's fun. That's so good. That's nice. They flew in from Texas?
They did. Yeah, they flew in from Texas. I spent most of Saturday with them, and then they went to visit some family, and I spent Sunday morning with them until their flight. So I loved
Aw.
it. It really helped me.
That's so
That's
cute.
awesome. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we were teasing what my costume was. We gave all sorts of clues. I don't know, Emily, do you already know what I was, or are you still guessing?
No, I don't know what you were.
You have no guesses?
I don't like watch. You said it was like part of a Marvel series or superhero.
No, I didn't. It was I was going to be wearing yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be wearing a hat. It was a literary character.
Mm-hmm.
It was also in the DC universe.
Oh, DC. Yeah. I thought that was just superheroes.
Was that all my clues?
That I think was all of them.
Paul, do you have any guesses? You're being thrown all this new, and our listeners are like, we've been hearing all this for weeks. All 6 of them have been.
Are you Reverse Flash by any chance? That's all I can think of because of yellow.
Ooh, good call. Yellow and DC. That's where you went with that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
No, I was the Mad Hatter. And Jordan was onto this when we interviewed her. She's like, let's say Mad Hatter, but the DC threw me off. What a lot of people don't know is that the Mad Hatter is a Batman villain also. There's a Batman villain called the Mad Hatter. So I threw that out there to mess people up.
Oh, that's so
I
tricky.
see.
So I was the Mad Hatter. My wife was Alice. And then our daughter, McKay, was the Cheshire Cat. She's all about cats. Anytime she could be the cat, she could always be the cat. So this is on my
That
Twitter
is
feed. For
so
those of you.
cute.
The photo is on my
very
Twitter
funny.
feed in case anybody wants to see it.
Oh, I highly recommend. This is adorable.
So it was we were I got lots of good comments on the costume, I have to say. I think it was one of our better ones. So, and it wasn't too uncomfortable, which was nice.
Yeah, it looks warm. I know that was always a big issue in Colorado is your Halloween costume had to be warm. So you have a
No,
coat on.
in
That's
California
good.
it's always the opposite. Is it too hot?
Yeah, that must be a nice, like, because I was always wanted to look cute for Halloween, but then I'd have to wear like sweatpants and stuff underneath my costume.
Right.
So I never looked that cute on
I
Halloween.
go through many Halloweens sweating, and so this was actually perfect because it was nice weather. It was actually cooler on the cooler side, and wearing polyester was not the coolest of things. Anyways,
Beautiful.
let's get out of the way and get back to you all can get back to whatever you're doing. We'll see you. When's the next episode coming up? Next week or in a couple days?
In a couple days, we'll have one on Wednesday with round 2.
Wednesday, tune back in for round 2. What's going to happen with the zombies? Oh my God. Dun, dun, dun.